I am live. For anyone that is new here or just now joining, my name is Nika, aka Astrologyslore. I was supposed to tell you guys the date, but today's Monday. Monday. Do. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today is Monday. Gosh, I think it's the 9th. Hold on. Yeah, today is Monday, February 9th, 2026. It is 1:24 p.m. Eastern Time. Hi, Miss Jackson. Hi, is that Crystal? Hello, gorgeous. Welcome in. Hi. All right. So we're actually going to do messages for all 12 zodiac signs for the week. I'm going to start with Aries. Yes, 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 yes. And of course, this will be available as a replay for anyone that's here. Just going to do brief messages for all 12 zodiac signs. Thank you for confirming that that's it. Thank you. I appreciate that. How are you doing, by the way? How was your weekend? Trying to get used to this new normal over here on YouTube. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. Aries, what is coming through for Aries? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. The week ahead for Aries. Got a couple of reversals. We have the Devil in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So Aries, what this energy is basically signifying, some of you Aries could also have a Capricorn connection. It doesn't have to mean that. I feel like this is a week where you're really breaking some kind of toxic cycle or situation. I feel like you could be addressing something that has kind of felt like left you feeling a bit stuck or had you feeling stuck in some kind of way. So this energy is very much synonymous with, breaking some sort of codependency, breaking some sort of habit that could have really impacted you in a really big way here. So the Knight of Cups in reverse energy is also very interesting because sometimes this can read as like missed opportunities. And I definitely feel like with this energy, this Knight of Cups in reverse and Devil in reverse, I feel like the message I'm getting, Aries, and this is going to sound kind of weird, you know, you are doing the right thing by breaking whatever addiction this is, Aries. You're doing the right thing. Even if it feels like you're missing out on opportunities or you're missing out on something in particular because of whatever you're breaking this week, just know that you're making the right decision around whatever this is. And that's what I'm getting for you for the week ahead, Aries. Anyone that's joining, we're doing week ahead messages for all 12 signs. I'm currently doing the sign of Aries. Aries, this is a very big week for you to address something like a negative habit that's really been impacting you. And I feel like you're going to be releasing that. Some of you, Aries, could also be dealing with, a Capricorn energy. It doesn't have to mean that, but this is definitely the energy of you releasing something, Aries. And I feel like the Knight of Cups is like, don't be afraid of what feels like a missed opportunity because it's not. But yeah, very big week for you and letting something go. I like to see that Devil card in reverse because it means that whatever it is that you're releasing, Aries, it has no control or hold over you anymore. So that is what I see. I had a great weekend, Crystal. Thanks for asking. All right, Taurus, you're up next. Let's go. Thank you all for being here today. I'm doing week ahead messages for all 12 signs. I just did Aries and now we're moving on to Taurus. Let's see what the week has to bring for you, Tauruses. Okay, Taurus. So we have the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles energy. I definitely feel like this is a very emotionally fulfilling energy that a lot of you Taurus placements are going to be feeling this week. And I like this. Okay, I like to see this energy. Some of you Tauruses could also have a Virgo or Capricorn connection. It doesn't have to mean that. But this is a very big money week for you, Taurus. This is a very big week for you to tap into your stability and to see what's best for you, right? So I definitely do like this. To me, it seems like you're getting very clear about something that you want, something that is a part of your emotional wish fulfillment. And I feel like you're achieving that. You're crushing some kind of financial goal this week, Taurus. This energy is also giving that for those of you who have an earth sign connection, there's a lot of stability with this energy. It's almost like you're tapping in with something financially. This to me feels like wealth. When I pulled this energy, it felt very good. It felt like you're reaching whatever it is that you're wanting to reach with this energy. So I'm here for it, Taurus. I think this is a very great energy this week. I think it's an energy of business. It's an energy of financial stability. Those of you Tauruses that have been working on something very specific, I feel like this message is all about tapping in with something financially and really like having that wealth. So definitely sending a lot of love your way with this energy. And that's what's coming through in the week ahead for you Tauruses. Moving on to Gemini. The week ahead for Gemini. Let's see. All right. What can Gemini expect? All right, Gemini, we have Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So this does seem to be a week in which something feels a bit imbalanced here, Gemini, and I think you're trying to kind of find your footing. So this could be in a financial sense. It could also be in the sense of just trying to figure things out, like trying to navigate with something. Like, it could be some plans kind of coming through. The message that I'm getting, especially with this Knight of Swords and Two of Pentacles in reverse, Gemini, is don't rush whatever decisions you're having to make. This is a time for you to slow down, okay? Slow down and really prioritize what's on your plate. I feel like a lot of you Geminis that are coming across this message or will come across this, you are someone who has a lot that you're juggling. And it could be that maybe this week might feel a little bit overwhelming to you. And this Knight of Swords energy is encouraging you to really slow down. And if there are any plans that maybe fall through or don't really get executed the way you want them to be executed, just know, Gemini, that everything is going to be okay. All right, it's all going to work out. But I think this is a week for you to slow down, reevaluate, and reassess the situation. And also, don't allow whatever's happening in your reality to overwhelm you, Gemini, because that Two of Pentacles in reverse is like, feeling a bit imbalanced, feeling a bit off kilter, which does happen. That's normal. So I'm definitely sending a lot of love your way with that energy. Hi, Jovi. Hi, Muhammad. Thank you, Jovi. Yes, we're currently on Gemini. Gemini has a week where they're trying to balance some things out. Yes, yes, yes. Let me make you a moderator. All right. Thank you so much for that, Jovi. Moving on to Cancers. And welcome in if you guys are just joining. We're doing messages for all 12 signs. So please do stay for the messages. Let's see what we have coming through. All right. Cancer. We got the Five of Cups. Uh-oh, Cancer. Five of Cups, Six of Swords, Three of Cups. The Knight of Cups is also trying to come out. So it seems like there's a whole little mini read here, Cancer. This Five of Cups and Six of Swords, it does seem like with this energy, this Five of Cups energy, a lot of you guys are navigating some past energy, maybe feeling a little sad, this week, and really trying to distance yourself away from those past energies and go into more happy, fulfilling connections. I definitely think for those of you Cancers that are kind of feeling your emotions on a deep level, this Five of Cups energy is all about you taking note of everything that is in your reality now and not something from your past. This is a warning not to hyper focus on your past, not to hyper focus on things that you have no control over. And it's also an energy about not being too regretful or too far into the grief process that you're unable to see what's in front of you. Okay, the Six of Swords energy is all about leaving chaos behind and really going towards calmer waters. So I think for a lot of you Cancers coming across this, you are stepping into more calm arenas with the Six of Swords. Maybe there's a little bit of sadness with regard to leaving something behind. And then we have some possible with the Three of Cups energy, some possible reconciliation energy, or just you tapping into connections that feel whole to you. So I'm sending a lot of love your way, Cancer. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are the week ahead messages. And now we're about to do Leo. Big Leo up. It's coming through for the Leos. We got the King of Pentacles. I like it already, Leo. Ooh. Okay, Leo. Seems like all four of these cards want to stay out. So, not me dropping my ring. One of my many rings. Okay, so I like this energy, Leo. We have the King of Pentacles, the Empress, the Six of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. Some of you Leos could have a Taurus or Libra connection. I wanted to say Virgo, so maybe Virgo connection as well. Taurus, Leo, or Virgo connection could be very significant. Doesn't have to mean that. Leo, I feel like this is a money week. This is a financial week. It's a success week. It's a week of you being seen. It's a week of you being recognized. I'm here for this energy, Leo. I'm 100% here for it, okay? This is a week of, birthing something new, really feeling yourself, really, being in a space of validation, being seen, being recognized. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. It's like the live just went off. But anyways, like I was saying, Leo, this is an energy of you being seen, being noticed, being acknowledged here. This Empress energy is like how you're being viewed right now. Really, really beautiful energy. I love to see this. Very, very gorgeous energy. Love it, love it, love it. So, this Ace of Pentacles and King of Pentacles energy is definitely giving me that it's a great money week for you, Leo. So I'm sending a lot of love your way. That was so weird how that happened. I'm sorry for the interruption. It just all of a sudden cut out. Virgo is up next, you guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome in. All right, let's see what we have for the Virgos. All right. So Virgo, we have Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Emperor energy. Some of you Virgos could have an Aries connection. It doesn't have to mean that. So Seven of Wands energy and Six of Swords is almost like you putting up like a protective barrier. I feel like this is where you're needing to really guard yourself. This is a strong message about needing to um Virgo, this is an energy of you needing to really put up a boundary. And I feel like that's why the Emperor is out. I feel like this energy is very much giving, strong boundary setting in the week ahead. I started with Aries, just went all the way around. But yeah, with the Seven of Swords energy, or excuse me, Seven of Wands energy, Virgo, this is all about really setting a boundary and protecting your energy from individuals that really want to, zap you of your strength and zap you of the things that, make you who you are. So I feel like there's a bit of distance. You could be distancing yourself from certain people that, don't respect boundaries or things of that nature. So I'm definitely sending love. There may also be a cross watcher who's watching for their Virgo. And if you have an Aries connection, I mean, maybe Virgo's doing this and you're having to distance yourself. But apply this where it fits. But yeah, that is what's happening in the week ahead for Virgos. I see a lot of boundary setting. I see a lot of energy of you needing to protect your peace. So far, we have done Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and now Libra. Now we're about to do Libra. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys so much for being here. The week ahead for Libras. Okay. So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Emperor card. There goes that Aries energy again. So Libra, I definitely feel like this is a week where you're maybe needing to love on yourself. Some of you Libras could be feeling a bit depleted here with this energy. This is a strong energy of you really, feeling depleted, feeling a bit empty, needing to replenish. Maybe this isn't even like a financial energy. It could just be more or less just something going on with your energy this week where you're really needing to recharge and you're needing to, fill up on that love. And I'm hearing too, Libra, that you'll be unable to pour from an empty cup this week. So for those of you Libras coming across this that are into certain energy work, maybe you're a healer, maybe you're someone who gives a lot to people, maybe you're the person people can come to for advice. This energy is basically telling you to be very weary of how you're feeling this week, okay? And make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that can love on you this week. And I kind of feel like that's what you guys are doing. And that's why this Ten of Cups energy is here. I think the Emperor energy is also you having a sense of self-awareness about that. So definitely sending a lot of love your way with that energy, Libra. You got this. This is a time to love on you and to make sure that you're not pouring from an empty cup this week. Thank you so much, Jovi. Shout out to you. I know you're working right now, so thank you for everything that you do. Welcome in. Yes, hi. We are about to do Scorpio week ahead. All right. And anyone that misses their sign, no worries. This will be available for everyone to come in. So let's go, Scorpio. I don't know why the stream keeps getting, like, the stream keeps going off. That's so weird. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like, this is the second time that's done that. But anyways, Scorpio, we're going to move on to Scorpio. You did come on the right sign. Libra's message was all about needing to show up for yourself and give yourself that energy. Maybe feeling a bit depleted this week, but really needing to make sure that you're feeding yourself, that you're filling your own cup, and there's a lot of love surrounding you this week, Libra. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay. So, Scorpio, we have King of Pentacles and the Hermit card. So, this energy is really giving a lot of focus. Some of you Scorpios could also have a Virgo connection. It doesn't have to mean that. But this is definitely giving that some of you Scorpios are tapping in with your money, your goals. This feels very focused and very driven. A lot of times when we pull the Hermit card, this is about solitude and just going inward. But I'm not getting a sad energy from this Scorpio. If anything, this is just kind of feeling like you're to yourself right now and you're just locked in on your goals. You're locked in on your finances. You're locked in on your peace. And so, that Hermit energy, some of you could just be kind of, maybe you are in a period of time of like introspection where you're not really around a lot of people. You don't have a lot of people around you right now, Scorpio, because this is like a very spiritual energy of you locking in on yourself and just really focusing on the goals that you have. And I think that this is a very financially successful week for you. I also happen to feel like this is a peaceful week for you. Okay. And I think that because the Hermit came out upright, this is an energy of just, it's a positive period of solitude where you're working on things within yourself. So that is what I see for you, Scorpio. I feel like this is a very powerful week ahead. And then notice on the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is an energy of stability. So I'm definitely sending a lot of love your way with that energy, Scorpio. I'm loving that. Hi, Karina. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. I know you're working. So next we're going to do Sagittarius. Week ahead for Sagittarius. Uh-oh. Something fell. Oh yeah, you are at work. That's even more amazing that you hopped on here. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Sagittarius, this is a week for you to get very intentional about what it is that you want to do. And I feel like a lot of you guys are working in harmony with something, or you're achieving a really important wish fulfillment here. This Sun card is also Leo energy. So some of you Sagittarius could have a Leo connection. It doesn't have to mean that. But I feel like a lot of you Sagittarius is this week. This does feel like a very successful week. It feels like a week where you're really tapping in, you're really getting to the root of your wish fulfillments and the things that you want. And there's something very specific that you're achieving. So this could be something financial. It could be something that you're curious about. The Page of Swords also tried to come out, Sagittarius. So to me, this energy is all about you having everything that you need and want at your fingertips and really being able to work in harmony with that energy. So I am loving what I'm seeing with that, Sagittarius. I'm definitely sending a lot of love your way. I like that energy, and I especially like the Sun card, which is also a happy and positive energy. Very positive week ahead for you, Sagittariuses. So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Week ahead for Capricorn. Let's see what we have here. What's coming through for Capricorns? All right. We have the Hangman and the Five of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Okay, so some of you Capricorns could have a Pisces connection. It doesn't have to mean that. But I definitely feel like Capricorn, you could be feeling a bit left in the cold by something and really getting a sense of perspective around that situation. So, if this is something where you've been feeling a bit abandoned by a particular person or just feeling like someone has just sort of been leaving you out and not really communicating with you in a way, I think you're getting like a very big aha moment with this. And the Six of Wands is like success. This is you being seen, this is you being validated. Maybe your feelings are also being validated, Capricorn. And that's kind of how this is reading to me, because something has been paused in order for you to get this sense of validation, in order for you to get this sense of understanding within yourself that, hey, something is off. Hey, my needs are not really being met here. And that's kind of how it's reading to me, Capricorn, is like you're coming into an understanding about that this week. But not only that, but you are really putting yourself first. And I like to see that. You know, the hangman is often an energy of perspective, but it's also an energy of, really being able to come out of a limbo or just accept the pause for what it is. So something has been paused, but I feel like this week, Capricorn, like you're moving past that pause and really, you know, if this is a person, honey, I see that they're watching you, okay? So that's what I'm getting for Capricorn. Very interesting cards to come out, Capricorn. I'm loving that energy though, and I love the fact that you're putting yourself first this week, sending a lot of love your way on you getting that perspective. Yes, Aquarius is next. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's get the week ahead for Aquarius. We have the Ten of Wands, and what else do we have? We have the Seven of Swords. All right. So, Aquarius, I feel like you're working really hard behind the scenes this week, and the Seven of Swords is kind of giving strategy. Sometimes that Seven of Swords could be deceptive energy, but in this case, I'm not necessarily seeing deception. What this is sort of giving me is that you're strategizing over the hard work that you're putting in right now. So something is really panning out for you, Aquarius, in the sense of, things not being in vain. I feel like you've been working really hard at something specifically. This could be a 9 to 5. This could be a business idea. This could be you juggling a lot of responsibilities. But I feel like with the Seven of Wands energy, like you're really tempering it well. And I feel like, you know, there's an energy of strategy that's going behind all the work that you're putting in. So to me, this is giving like that you have a specific goal in mind. And I like to see that. I love to see that energy, Aquarius. I feel like you're moving into a very successful, season here. And this week is all about you focusing and really being able to strategically, have some get the fruits of your labor from that hard work that you're putting in. So I'm sending a lot of love your way, Aquarius, on the week ahead for you. I feel like, Seven of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, Aquarius. So that could even be you also needing to protect your energy. If something feels a bit heavy this week, if being in certain environments feels heavy, don't be afraid to take a step back. All right. And last but not least, we have Pisces. What's coming through for Pisces? Pisces, we have Seven of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. That's very interesting energy here. Look at that. So, this is definitely giving that you're needing to protect your energy. And you know what? This is crazy because I want to say Virgo also got this energy. So if you have a Virgo connection, really check their reading out. This is the energy of you maybe feeling like you're having to protect yourself, maybe feeling a bit depleted from other people's energy. This is going to read different ways for different Pisces that come across this. Some of you Pisces, you've been carrying a lot of energy from other people, and some of you could be dealing with the person that they dump on you, or maybe you're dealing with the Pisces that does this if you're cross watching. But this is an energy of really needing to put yourself first and really needing to be confident in your decision making this week. This is also a very strong message about protecting your peace, whatever that looks like. You know, if there are individuals around you that are zapping you of your energy and zapping you of your space, then you are going to have to really, you know, put some boundaries in place here, Pisces. But I'm definitely sending love your way. I think this still is a week for you to really tap in with your confidence. The Queen of Wands is very charming and she knows how to maneuver in any room that she's in. So I see you shining bright, Pisces. I'm sending a lot of love. All right, guys. So that are, look, I said that are. That is messages for all 12 signs, all 12 zodiac signs. This will be available as a replay. Thank you all for being here today. I am still currently banned off of TikTok Live, so you're going to see me over here a lot more. Okay, let's just put it that way. But anyways, guys, I will also be going live on Clapper later, and I'll be letting you guys know when that will be. So please stay tuned. Okay, I have private readings available as well. Thank you so much to everyone that joined. Shout out to everybody. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Jovi. Thank you all, Crystal, everyone that came in and was able to join. Thank you, Monet, Alexis. I'm just going through, you know, the comments and thanking everybody. Muhammad. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.